Good morning, students. We're back with our lectures in mathematics for KEC 26-27. So far, in the previous weeks, we've covered exponents, we've done surds and rationalization, although I think you've got doubts with this. And then we've done polynomials. And in polynomials specifically, we've done remainder and factor theorem. And also we've done algebraic identities. Right? This is what we've done so far. Alright, now I'll tell you how we'll be going this week. Based on that, I'll take your inputs also on what you want to do this week. So based on that, we'll churn out a strategy to prepare for the exam this week. First, I think you've got doubts with surds and rationalization, right? So today we'll do surds and rationalization. Today, for the next 2 periods, I'm not sure if we have 2 periods, I'll just let you know. We will do surds and rationalization. After that, we'll give a recap of exponents and then we will do a revision on polynomials. This will be our course of action. Is it fine by all of you? Good morning, good morning. I just want inputs from you on how, what kind of major things that you've got doubts in. The order will be surds and rationalization first, and then exponents, and then polynomials. In this order, we'll be revising the chapters. Is that fine? Alright. So before we start off, I think so far you've got a clarity on what exponents are. So let's get into what surds are. Yes. See, this is the syllabus. This is the syllabus for the exam. Alright. The syllabus is exponents, and then surds and rationalization, and then polynomials, which includes only remainder and factor theorem and algebraic identities. This shall be your syllabus. So before we do surds, let's just try to understand what surds accurately mean. Before we get into that analogy or that discussion, let's first stick to what rational numbers are. I think rational numbers, we're all clear. Rational numbers are those numbers that can be written in the form of P by Q. The next class is also math, where P, Q are integers and Q not equal to 0. These are the rational numbers that can be expressed in this format, right? So any number that's not rational is an irrational number. So for instance, if we talk about irrational numbers, I can take square root 2, I can take cube root 3, I can take fifth root 5, root 7 minus root 5 by 2. All of these are irrational numbers. Now if we try to understand this fact, Can somebody tell me the order of numbers square root 2, cube root 3 and fourth root 4? Put these numbers in either ascending or descending orders. Yes, even pi is an irrational number. Uh, so everyone wondering about the order of these numbers. Fourth root 4 is what? Fourth root 4 is 2 square, right? So this will be fourth root 2 square, which further shall be 2 square. Fourth root can be written as power 1 by 4, right? So a power m whole power n will be what? A power mn. So 2 power 2 into 1 by 4. So that is 2 power 1 by 2. Now square root 2 is also 2 power 1 by 2. Both of these numbers are equal. Alright. 2 power 1 by 2 is equal to 4 power 1 by 4. Now our next duty is to decide whether this is more or this is more. How do we do that? I'm just erasing this, or else we'll do it here. 2 power 1 by 2 and 3 power 1 by 3. Since the powers of both the numbers are different, since the exponents in both the numbers are different, we are not in a very clean position, or we are not in a very safe position to decide something. We need to go a bit extra, we need to take a step ahead, and we need to convert both of the powers to the same value, okay? So what is the LCM of 1 by 2 and 1 by 3? Sorry, what is the HCF of 1 by 2 and 1 by 3? So the HCF of 1 by 2 and 1 by 3 shall be 1 by 6, right? Now if I need to bring about a 6 here, 2 power 1 by 2 will become 2 power, the denominator will be 6. 1 by 2 is equal to 3 by 6, right? I request everyone to not send the same message again and again. It's being a distraction for me to understand where your doubts stand, okay? So 3 power 1 by 3 will be 3 power 2 by 6. Is it clear, or anyone has any doubts? I hope this part is clear. Now this 2 power 3 by 6, I'll write it as 2 cube whole power 1 by 6. I can do that, right? So 2 cube whole power 1 by 6, 2 cube is what? 8. So this shall be 8 power 1 by 6. Similarly, 3 power 2 by 6 is what? 3 power 2 by 6 can be written as 3 square whole power 1 by 6, which is 9 power 1 by 6. Is that clear? So 8 power 1 by 6 or 9 power 1 by 6, which is the greater number? Eight power 1 by 6 or 9 power 1 by 6, which is the greatest number? Greater number. Yes, 9 power 1 by 6. Since 9 power 1 by 6 is the greater number, it implies 3 power 1 by 3 is the greater number. So this is the order of the numbers. Alright. Can you just note this down, because this is one important concept in terms of surds, in terms of how we try to understand comparing the surds at their value, about their value. Okay. You need one more question on this, all right? Those who will like note it down, find the order of numbers 2 power 1 by 3, 3 power 1 by 4 and 4 power 1 by 5. Okay, I'll just explain this again. Be attentive. I hope I don't need to explain this part where 4th root of 4 and square root of 2 are the same, right? After that is established, I need to compare both of these numbers, 2 power 1 by 2 and 3 power 1 by 3. Now the point is, since the bases of both the powers are different and the exponents are also different, I am not in a position to conclude whether whether either of the numbers is greater. So in order to not be in the helpless position I am trying to convert the exponent into the same value. So 1 by 2 and 1 by 3, both of them can be converted to 1 by 6, like with the denominator 6, right? 1 by 2 can be written as 3 by 6 and 1 by 3 can be written as 2 by 6. So both of them, since they have the denominator 6, that fraction will be written in place of 1 by 2. 1 by 2 will become 3 by 6, 1 by 3 will become 2 by 6. After I do that, 3 by 6 is what? 3 into 1 by 6, right? So a power mn can be written as a power m whole power m. So 2 power 3 into 1 by 6 can be written as 2 cube whole power 1 by 6. Similarly with the other number as well. I hope this is clear. Now who has done can work on this. Arrange these numbers in the order: 2 power 1 by 3, 3 power 1 by 4, 4 power 1 by 5. Who has done? I want you to solve this since you yourself asked for this. Once you note this down, let me know in the chat. I'll just go to the new slide. Alright. We'll move to the next slide. 2 power 1 by 3, 3 power 1 by 4, 4 power 1 by 5. Now 1 by 3, 1 by 4 and 1 by 5, I just need to convert them to a similar same denominator. What will be the denominator? The denominator will be the LCM of all of this. So 4 times 5 is 20, 23 is 60. So this will be 20 by 60, 15 by 60 and 12 by 60. So this will be 2 power 20 by 60, 3 power 15 by 60, 4 power 12 by 60. Now further, 2 power 20 whole power 1 by 60, 3 power 15 whole power 1 by 60, 4 power 12 whole power 1 by 60. Alright. Now 4 is what? 4 power 12 is 2 square whole power 12. So a power m whole power n can be written as a power mn. So this will be 2 power 24. Right? Now the comparison is between 2 power 20 and 3 power 15. How do we do that? Two power 20 can be written as 2 power 4 whole power 5. 3 power 15 can be written as 3 cube whole power 5. 2 power 4 is what? 16. So this is 16 power 5 and this is 27 power 5. So which is the bigger number? 3 power 15. So 3 power 15 by 60 greater than 4 power 24 by no. Between these two numbers we establish the inequality, that is 3 power 15 is more than 2 power 20. Now we also need to compare 3 power 15 and 4 power 12. How do we do that? 3 power 15 can be written as 3 power 5 whole cube, right? And 4 power 12 can be written as 4 power 4 whole cube. So 3 power 5 is 27 into 9. So that will be 729 whole cube. 4 power 4 is 2 power 8, which is 256. So again this is the bigger number. So 3 power 1 by 4 is the biggest, and then 4 power 1 by 5 followed by 2 power 1 by 3. Quickly note this down, we'll move ahead. Wait. Okay, alright. 3 power 5 was 243. So this 4 power 4 is the bigger number. Four power 1 by 5 greater than 3 power 1 by 4 greater than 2 power 1 by 4. Now, in surds, we have something called, okay, alright, first of all, we'll do operations on surds. Operations on surds, we need to understand what are like surds and what are unlike surds. For us to understand the like surds, we just need to bring about the exponent being the same in the surds. Say I have uh, 3 root 2 and root 2, they are like surds. So I can add it up and it will become 4 root 2. But 3 root 2 plus root 3, I don't have any simplification procedure to write it something in terms of directly we cannot write it in terms of something. So it will remain 4 root 2 plus root 3 itself. So these are some basic rules I'm pretty sure you all know, but I will again explain this. Lalita, can you, okay, you need to go back to the slide. Alright. Sushmika, I've told it already, I'll tell it again. Once and for all, I'll let you know those syllabus again. This is the syllabus for your exam this Saturday, alright? The syllabus is exponents, and then it's surds and rationalization. And in polynomials, we only have the topics, remainder and factor theorem, and algebraic identities, alright? Now, the point is, in this, we will be proceeding in this manner. Today, we have 2 periods, and that will close surds and rationalization. Okay? Today, in the 2 periods, we will close the surds and rationalization. After that, we will once again do exponents recap and we'll go for polynomials recap. With that, we will close our revision and preparation for the exam. Now, we need to understand something called the rationalization. Of course, we all know that surds are all irrational numbers, so we need to rationalize them. Okay? To rationalize surds, say we have a surd called 1 plus root 2. This is irrational, right? Now I need to bring about a rational number somewhere like either in terms of writing it in terms of a fraction. So it will become for 1 plus root 2, what would be the rationalization factor? If anyone understood rationalization previously? Yes. It will be 1 minus root 2. I'll tell you why. Because when you have a plus b into a minus b, if you remember algebraic identities, a plus b into a minus b will be a square minus b square. And in place of a, if you have a surd with square root thing, the square root and the square is going to get cancelled, right? Which is why the rationalization factor of 1 plus root 2 will be 1 minus root 2. So I'll multiply and divide it by 1 minus root 2. So a plus b into a minus b is what? A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So it will be 1 square minus square root 2 whole square by 1 times 1 minus root 2. Now it is simply 1 minus 1 square is 1, root 2 square is square root 2 into square root 2. Square root 2 into square root 2 is 2. So 1 minus 2 by 1 minus root 2, which is minus 1 by 1 minus root 2. Okay? Try to understand this. After you understand this, try to write the rationalization factors, also the rationalized forms of the following surds: 2 plus root 3, 1 by 7 plus 4 root 3, okay. Uh, Try to write down the rationalization factors of each of these surds and try to write the rationalized forms. I'll give you a recap on what is rationalizing factor and what is a rationalized form. For this surd, 1 plus root 2, 1 minus root 2 is the rationalization factor. Because when we multiply it and divide by 1 minus root 2, my numerator is becoming minus 1, which is a rational number. So in order to bring a numerator which is rational number, I just multiplied it by 1 minus root 2 and divided it by 1 minus root 2. Later, we use the formula a plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So based on that, we brought out the rationalized form. So with the same manner, I want you to identify the rationalization factor involved in all of these surds. For each surd, write the respective rationalization factor and then rationalize it. All right. We'll take 5 minutes for here at this point, because this is very important for you. Rationalization only is understood with practice. Okay. So I want you all to sit for 5 minutes, write this, and then let me know. We'll move forward. We the thing is, we can cancel 1 minus root 2, but we only wrote 1 minus root 2 so that we can bring it in this form. Then why will we cancel it again? There's no point, right? Alright, students who did not understand, I'll now explain each of these 5 problems properly. Each of the 5 problems here, I want you all to be attending with this carefully. Alright? The key for all of this logic is a plus b into a minus b shall be a square minus b square. Now, first, it is 2 plus root 3. If 2 plus root 3 is your surd, what is the conjugate surd, which is the rationalizing factor? What is the rationalizing factor of 2 plus root 3? Remember, it is whenever you see something in this format, for 2 plus root 3, the rationalizing factor is 2 minus root 3. Alright? Now, 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3. A plus b into a minus b is a square minus b square. So this will be 2 square minus root 3 square. 1 into 2 minus root 3 will stay as it is. Now 2 square is 4. 4 minus 3 by 2 minus root 3, which is 1 by 2 minus root 3. Is it understood? Is it alright? Now, I'll explain the second question also. 1 by 7 plus 4 root 3. For 7 plus 4 root 3, what is the rationalizing factor? Anyone put it in the chat? It is 7 minus 4 root 3. Okay? So 7 minus 4 root 3, will multiply it and divide it by 7 minus 4 root 3. Now what will it be? 1 into 7 minus 4 root 3. So the numerator will be 7 minus 4 root 3 itself. But in the denominator it is a plus b into a minus b. Right? So that will be a square minus b square. So 7 square minus 4 root 3 whole square. So 7 minus 4 root 3 by 7 square is 49 minus, what is 4 root 3 whole square? It is 48, yes. So 7 minus 4 root 3 by 1. Which is of course 7 minus 4 root 3 itself. Amma, is it understood? Both of them? All of those people who texted me in the chat saying you did not understand, is it understood now? Amma, 4 root 3 whole square. 4 root 3 whole square is what? 4 root 3 into 4 root 3. 4 into 4 is 16. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. Sushvik, would you elaborate on what is not understood? I'd be way happier to explain it again, but I just need the detail as to what was not understood. Amma, if this is your doubt, 4 root 3 whole square is 4 root 3 into 4 root 3. 4 into 4 is 16. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. So 16 times 3 is 48. That's what is here. Everybody who did not understand, are you able to write it now? Are you able to write it now? Similarly, third question. 1 by root 3 plus root 2. The rationalizing factor is root 3 minus root 2 by root 3 minus root 2. So it will be 1 into root 3 minus root 2 is root 3 minus root 2 by a plus b into a minus b again. Now it will be root 3 whole square minus root 2 whole square. So root 3 minus root 2 by root 3 square is 3 minus root 2 square is 2, which is 1. So that will be root 3 minus root 2. The final answer will be. I took it as 4 minus 3 because 2 square is 4 and root 3 square is 3. Okay? Can you solve both 4 and 5 by yourself? Anyone who wants me to solve 4th and 5th, you can ask, I'll explain. Okay. Do not send the same message again and again. I'm repeating it for the nth time in the class. Now, alright, just make a note. I'll stay still. After that, we'll do both 4 and 5 and then we'll move on. We'll just do 4th and 5th and then we'll go for a break. The next class is also math only. So if our surd is root 7 minus root 5, the rationalizing factor will be root 7 plus root 5 by root 7 plus root 5. So it will be 1 times root 7 plus root 5 is root 7 plus root 5 by a minus b into a plus b. So that will be a square minus b square, right? So root 7 whole square minus root 5 whole square. Root 7 whole square is 7 and root 5 whole square is 5. So that will be root 7 plus root 5 by 2. Now, the fifth question, 1 by a plus root a square minus 1. If the surd is a plus root a square minus 1, what is the rationalizing factor? It will be a minus root a square minus 1. It will be a minus root a square minus 1. So, now 1 times a minus root a square minus 1 is directly a minus root a square minus 1 by a plus b into a minus b again. So it will be a square minus b square. So a square minus square root a square minus 1 whole square. Now square root and square gets cancelled. So it will be a minus root a square minus 1 by a minus a square minus a square minus 1. So minus of minus 1 will be plus 1. So we will be left with the final answer as a minus root a square minus 1. I'll give a recap of both of these. After that, we'll go for a break. Okay. Whenever you see something of this format, this surd, you need a root 7 minus root 5 is there. Immediately it should strike with you that the rationalizing factor is root 7 plus root 5. So directly multiply and divide with it, which further simplifies and gives you the final answer. Now, a plus root a square minus 1 is my surd. So I'll directly multiply with a minus root a square minus 1. Multiply and divide it with it. So further it gets simplified and I'll be left with my answer. Alright. So we'll end it here for this period. The next class is also math only. Probably it's 9:24. So we'll take a break now. We'll meet again at 9:35 and then we'll continue with the next class. We'll now solve some questions. Square root 19 minus 4 root x is equal to root 12 minus root 7. X is what? Next, 4 plus 3 root 5 by 4 minus 3 root 5 is equal to a plus b root 5. Then a comma b are what? Next, root 11 minus root 10 blank root 12 minus root 11. In this blank, what can be filled? Greater than, less than, or equal to. Would you guys want to try these questions first and then should I explain, or would you rather have me explain it? Would you want to give it a try first? Explain? Alright. At least for a minute, try it. Try to get the idea. Just 1 minute. 9:40 will explain. So, first question. They're telling us square root of 19 minus 4 root x is equal to root 12 minus root 7. Right? Now, if you can observe, this is an equation we can square. We can square on both the sides. If we square on both the sides, this will become 19 minus 4 root x, and on the right hand side it will be root 12 minus root 7 whole square, right? Now a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square is what? A square minus 2ab plus b square. So this will be 12 minus 2ab. 2 into root 12 into root 7 plus b square is root 7 whole square, which is 7. Right? Now 12 plus 7 is 19. Alright? And I can cancel this minus also. So 4 root x will be 2 into root 12 into root 7. So this will be 2 into root 12 is root 4 into 3 into root 7. Now 4 root x is equal to 2 into root over 4 into 3. Root over 4 into 3 can be written as root 4 into root 3. Root 4 is what? 2. So 2 into 2 is 4. So root x is equal to root 3 into root 7 is root 21. So x is equal to 21. Why did I cancel? I did not just cancel 12 and 19. 12 plus 7 I cancelled. 12 plus 7 is 19. So 19 and 19 I cancelled it out. Alright, take a note. Let me know once you're done with it. Why did 3 come? 3 came because 12 was written as 4 into 3. Okay, Kriti, I'll explain it again. All of you, do not worry, I can explain it again. Now, first of all, we started with this equation. Root over 19 minus 4 root x is equal to root 12 minus root 7. They're asking us to find the value of x. How do we do that? We will first square the equation. When we square the equation, the square root will be gone. If the square root is gone, we'll be left with 9 minus 4 root x, which is 12 root 12 minus root 7 whole square. So a minus b whole square is a square plus b square minus 2ab. A square plus b square. 12 plus 7 minus 2ab. 2ab. Then a square plus b square. 12 plus 7 is 19. So 19 on both the sides got cancelled, and minus 4 root x was equal to minus 2 root 12 into root 7. So minus and minus got to be plus. So based on that, we worked out from there. 12 was written as 4 times 3 and root 4 was 2. So 2 times 2 got cancelled with 4 on the left hand side. So root x came out to be whatever is left over, root 3 into root 7, that's root 21. So root x was root 21, so x is 21. I did not write plus, okay, if that's a confusion, we'll just, whatever minus was there, I directly cancelled it off. I hope this is fine. Is it, if it's done taking down this? Root 4 became 2. Root 4 became 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And 4 got cancelled. Let me know once this is done. We'll move to the next question. The exam will be of MCQs. I hope the first question is done. Can I erase this part? Quickly note this down. Right. We'll move to the next question. Now, second question. They're telling us 4 plus 3 root 5 by 4 minus 3 root 5 is equal to a plus b root 5. Now, if we take 4 plus 3 root 5 by 4 minus 3 root 5, now the whole point is we need to get the denominator as a rational number. If we need the denominator as a rational number, we will multiply it by 4 plus 3 root 5 by 4 plus 3 root 5. Is that alright? If 4 minus 3 root 5 is my third, its rationalizing factor is 4 plus 3 root 5, right? Since its rationalizing factor is 4 plus 3 root 5, the numerator will become 4 plus 3 root 5 into 4 plus 3 root 5, which is 4 plus 3 root 5 whole square by 4 minus 3 root 5 into 4 plus 3 root 5. A minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. So that will be 4 square minus 3 root 5 whole square. Now what can be done? A plus b whole square, right? Since it is a plus b whole square, I'll write both the formulas here. A plus b whole square is a square plus 2ab plus b square. A plus b into a minus b will be a square minus b square. Okay? The first formula will use a square, which is 4 square plus 2ab. 2 into 4 into 3 root 5 plus b square. 3 root 5 whole square by, since it is a square minus b square, I will directly go for 16 minus, again, what is 3 root 5 whole square? 3 root 5 whole square will be 3 root 5 into 3 root 5. So 3 into 3 is 9, root 5 into root 5 is 5, so that will be 45. So this will be 16 minus 45. Here also I can write 45. So this will be 16 plus 45 plus 2 into 4, 8. 8 threes, 24. 16 minus 45, minus 29. 16 plus 45 is? Oh, 16 minus 45 is what? 16 plus 29, 30 plus 50, 45, yeah. That'll be right. Minus 29, but 16 plus 45 is, I think, 50, 61. So this will be 6 minus of 61 plus 24 root 5. So this will be minus of 61 plus 24 root 5 by 29. Alright. So from there, A is equal to minus 61 by 29 and B is equal to minus 24 by 29. Do we have any doubts with this? How did I get 2 and 1 more 4? Amma, that's because A plus B whole square is A square plus B square plus 2AB. So 2 into, why did I multiply with 4 plus 3 root 5? That's because my other surd is 4 minus 3 root 5. Okay? Since my other surd is 4 minus 3 root 5, I multiplied with 4 plus 3 root 5 in numerator and denominator to rationalize it. Is it done? I hope it's done. If anyone has still not taken it down, just take a screenshot. Pratyaksh, just after third question, I'll open it for doubts. Okay? I'll try to clear it there. Okay, alright. I'll do this question again. Be attentive. So, our question was 4 plus 3 root 5 by 4 minus 3 root 5 should be A plus B root 5. We need to find the values of A and B. Now, to find the values of A and B, first I need to express this in terms of something plus something root 5, right? So, for me to express it in that way, I took the rationalizing factor. This is the surd, right? Now look at its rationalizing factor. 4 plus 4 minus 3 root 5. If the surd is 4 minus 3 root 5, the rationalizing factor has to be 4 plus 3 root 5. So 4 plus 3 root 5 is what I've taken. I've multiplied and divided by 4 plus 3 root 5. So this thing became 4 plus 3 root 5 into 4 plus 3 root 5. So that became 4 plus 3 root 5 whole square by A minus B into A plus B. 4 minus 3 root 5 into 4 plus 3 root 5. So A minus B into A plus B will be A square minus B square, right? So since that is A square minus B square, we came out with the conclusion that it will be 4 square minus 3 root 5 whole square. So from there on it was calculation. Do not spam, I'll check it. Right, we'll move to the next question. Now we'll solve this root 11 minus root 10 and root 12 minus root 11. We need to decide which is the bigger number of these numbers. Alright? How do we do that? Directly we are not in a position to do that, right? So what we'll do is, we will rationalize both of them. If we rationalize both of them, alright, if we rationalize both of them, it will become root 11 minus root 10 into root 11 plus root 10 by root 11 plus root 10, right? So when we do that, we'll be left with a minus b into a plus b, which will be a square minus b square. So root 11 square minus root 10 square by root 11 plus root 10. So root 11 square will be 11 minus root 10 square will be 10 by root 11 plus root 10. Which is 1 by root 11 plus root 10. Alright? Next, root 12 minus root 11 by 1 into the rationalizing factor will be root 12 plus root 11 by root 12 plus root 11. So a minus b into a plus b. So this will again be a square minus b square. So root 12 square minus root 11 square by root 12 plus root 11. Root 12 square is what? 12 minus root 11 square is 11 by root 12 plus root 11. So 12 minus 11 shall be 1 by root 12 plus root 11 will be root 12 plus root 11 as it is. Now we need to compare both of these numbers. 1 by root 11 plus root 10 and 1 by root 11 plus root 12. How do we compare? I'm pretty sure we all understand the fact that 12 is greater than 10, right? So root 12 is greater than root 10. True? 12 is greater than 10. So if we apply square root, root 12 will be greater than root 10. So if we add root 11 on both the sides, root 11 plus root 12 will be greater than root 11 plus root 10. Now can someone compare and give me the answer? Yes, it will be greater than. If anyone has any doubts, first of all note this. Once you note this down, put up the doubts. We'll clear them in five more minutes and we'll close it for today. If you've not understood, once we've rationalized this, we compared both of these numbers. Now this was the bigger number and this was the smaller number. I'll give you an analogy. 2 is greater than 1, but 1 by 1 is greater than 1 by 2, right? So if this is the bigger number, its reciprocal is smaller. So its reciprocal is this. This is smaller and this is bigger. Which means if this is bigger, this is the bigger number. So there will be a greater than sign here. Alright. I hope this is clear. Put up the doubts, we'll clear the doubts. In exam, problems will only come Aryan, I would like to know what was wrong with this. No, factorization is not there in the exam syllabus. Yes, yes. Mensuration is also not there in the exam syllabus. All right, students. So that's so far what we were supposed to do today. We have so far done surds and racialization. We've so far done surds and racialization. So tomorrow we'll give a small recap of exponents, and the day after we'll close with polynomials recap. All right. I think that's cool. You keep practicing. Practice only makes us better in terms of our understanding as well as our approach to the questions, because only practice will help us how to proceed in which question. So I'll close it here for today. Tomorrow we'll be doing exponents for our recap. All right. Thank you, students.
Yeah, good morning all of you children. How are you all? How are you all? So, do you remember after many days we have our class? Last week I guess 2 classes continuously I took, and again after 1 week today we are taking the class. Right. Hi ma'am, Nitish Reddy. Hi, how are you? Yeah, please get ready with your books. This week though we will complete our KEC classes. Yeah, yes, ma'am. I missed this class. Yeah, ma'am. You are which branch teacher? I am everywhere in entire resonance. Okay, everywhere in entire resonance. Right, Ritvik. Fine. So, do you remember which concept I taught? Hi. How many times Nayana Sri? Nayana Sri. Hi. Many times you are chatting. Ma'am, what is exam syllabus? Today I'll let you know. Today I'll let you know. Today by the end of the class I'm going to tell you everything. Right. So, shall we start? Diseases. Very good. Very good. Intrinsic and external. Sai Manasvi, I am waiting for your message. I got the message. Parts of a flower. Hi ma'am, can you do a quick recap? Okay, let us try. Let us try for the quick recap. Ma'am, can you see my chart? I am able to see your chart. That's why I am reading. Diseases. Yes. Pranavi. Right. So today let us start with the types of diseases. So what are the type? Disease means what? Already we discussed. What is a disease? What is a disease? Already we discussed. Just 1 minute. Let us have a quick view of this disease. What is this disease? Yeah. What is this disease? Already we discussed about symptom and signs. What are the symptoms? What are the signs we have seen? Disease means abnormal health. Disease means what? Abnormal health. Diseases and their causes. We have seen immediate causes, contributory causes. What are immediate causes? Immediate causes are caused by the microorganisms which cause the disease. Sudden onset. We can call them as sudden onset. And contributory causes because of the lack of nourishment, economic status of a household, and you can say genetic factors. The factors already, like those will be transferred from one generation to another generation through the genes. Got it? Chalo. Let us go with the types of diseases today. This is immediate causes and contributory causes. Types of diseases. Keep writing, all of you. Keep your notebook. I'll let you know what is the pattern of what do you say exam. how many marks? 280 marks exam will be there, and mathematics 25 marks, 25 questions, physics 15 questions, chemistry 15 questions, biology 15 questions. I'll let you know everything. Today let us start the concept. Last 5 minutes you remind me, I'll give you the question paper pattern. Last 5 minutes. By 11:15 you should remind me. I'm going to give you the question paper pattern. Please listen these types of disease. A bit complicated concept. You should concentrate on it completely. Okay. Types of disease. There are two types of diseases. One is congenital and the other one is acquired. So what is congenital? If you start telling about congenital, congenital means from our previous generations. These occur from previous generation. The disease will be carried from previous generations. Congenital disease. This is already there and that will be transferred from parents, from ancestors to forefathers, forefathers to grandparents, grandparents to parents, parents to children, children to grandchildren, great grandchildren. That means the disorder will be carried on continuously. Congenital. Got it? Congenital disease. And coming to the acquired, it will be coming, like it is onset in our lifetime. Onset in our lifetime. Onset in any time in our life we will get this disease. Any time in our life we are going to get this disease. Okay? Onset in our lifetime. Okay? Now these acquired diseases are classified into two types. One is communicable and the other one is non-communicable. So what is communicable? Which is spreaded easily, which can be spreaded easily. For example, if I sneeze, the air droplets will fall down. Now who are all in front of me? These air droplets spread through the air and the people who are standing very near to me, they'll get the disease. Like cold and cough as well. Communicable disease means they are able to spread easily from one person to another person. They are able to easily spread from one person to another person. Those are called communicable disease, also called infectious diseases. So those may be bacterial, viral, fungal, protozoan, helminthic. Helminthic is nothing but these are the worms, children. These are the worms. Okay, helminthic is nothing but these are the worms, children. And non-communicable or non-infectious. These are degenerative or metabolic diseases. You know metabolic diseases, already I told you. What is a metabolic disease? Where what happens in the metabolic disease, children? Basically, so metabolism gets disturbed. Metabolism gets disturbed. And deficiency disease we have seen, like protein deficiency, calorie deficiency, right? So protein, calorie deficiency. You know about allergies? Allergy. So skin allergy we say, air pollution, air allergy, allergic. We are allergic to, when we are traveling out, because of the smoke and all those, we are allergic. Elephantiasis is caused due to helminthic worms, right? Very good. Next, cancer, you know very well. It is a mass of cells or lump of cells. Mass of cells get accumulated in our blood. And injury. Injury also, when it becomes, injury, when any injury happens, what does it happen? The injury, the particular place of that injury will be inflamed and there it creates some disease, like that will be, we have to treat that particular place with some antibiotics by taking some antibiotics as well. Okay, so now tell me how many types of diseases are there. Please respond, all of you. Please respond. How many types of diseases are there? What are the two types of diseases? Congenital disease and the second one is acquired disease. Right. Very good. And what is congenital disease? These are the diseases which are spreaded from one generation to another generation. They were already present in the blood. They were already present in the blood. They were already present in the, I didn't understand. What you didn't understand, Shushant? See, congenital disease means these diseases, I'll give you an example. Heart disease. Heart disease is a congenital disease. For example, we say cardiac arrest. This is a congenital disease, we can say this cardiac arrest or anything, if anyone is having this disorder, if parental generations are having, that will be transformed. Do you understand? If the parental generations are having this disease, that will be transferred from one generation to another generation. That is called congenital disease. And acquired means in our lifetime, till how many years we will survive, for example 60 or 70 or 80, in all these lifetime, if you get any disease, that is called acquired disease. What is that called, children? Acquired disease. Okay. Next. So fine. Now if you observe acquired disease, these are divided into two types, communicable and non-communicable. Communicable means they spread, spreading. They will be spreaded. Communicable means they will be spreading. Non-communicable means they will not spread. They will not spread. I'll tell you. They spread easily from person to person. Person to person, this will be spreaded. For example, if anyone in your home have cold and cough, the other people also will get cold and cough. Am I clear? Yes or not? The other people will also have cold and cough. So that is called communicable. That means easily, even though if you wear mask or else you maintain separately, but they can, when that droplets spread in the air, automatically the other people will get. Okay, that is called communicable. Best examples are bacterial, viral, fungal, protozoan and helminthic disorder and helminthic disorders. Coming to the non-communicable. Can you give more examples of congenital disease? Yeah, cancer also congenital. We can say, if anyone is having, not more chances, Manasvi, but not more chances, but there is a chance. If anyone is having, definitely it is going to come. Then what is helminthic? Helminthic, I told you, helminthic means these are the helminths or the worms. You know flatworm, tapeworm, roundworm, okay, roundworm, all these come under helminthic diseases. So fungal, protozoan, helminthic diseases. Tuberculosis is communicable, right? And diabetes is also a congenital. Yes, diabetes is also a congenital. We can add diabetes also. Diabetes is also a congenital, because if any parents are having this disease, definitely the persons will definitely infect. What about typhoid? Typhoid is not spreading. It might not spread, but there are chances, yes, because it is spreading through water and food. It is spreading through water and food. Then coming to non-communicable, metabolic diseases. Anyway, one by one we will study. Deficiency diseases, allergic, cancer and injury. I'll give you 2 minutes time. Please make a note. Thyroid is not congenital. Thyroid comes by metabolic disorder. Please make a note, everyone. So, ma'am, cancer is not spreading, right? Then how it is congenital, ma'am? Cancer is not spreading, Lalita Sahasra, but how it is congenital? If any person is having that disorder in the earlier days, like from the ancestors, the cancer disorder causing gene will be there, no? That gene will be transferred from one generation to another generation. Got it, Sahasra? Lalita Sahasra. Do you understand? The gene responsible for the cancer will be transferred from one generation to another generation. Understood? Right. So, is earthworm helminthic disease? No, earthworm is not a helminthic disease. Earthworm is what? It's an organism, right? Why it is helminthic disease? Earthworm. Okay. What is the syllabus? I'll let you know. By the end, I told you. Okay. Meanwhile, please make a note. All of you, please make a note. Then, ma'am, can you explain acquired disease? What is acquired disease? The disease which occurs in our lifetime. When we are surviving, any time we can get the disease. That is called acquired. Ringworm is a fungal disease, children. Shashank, what did you keep? I didn't understand. Pneumonia is a communicable disease. Is it compulsory that the gene transfers from one generation to another generation? Yes, it is compulsory. Then only we are looking like COVID is communicable disease. Yeah, is communicable disease spread from vectors? Vectors are also involved. Vectors are also involved. Sugar is a sugar nothing but diabetes. It is a congenital disease. Your screen is blurry and your voice is breaking. Shrestha, for you only it is there. Reminding all, they are able to hear my voice and my class is nice. Black plague, yeah, it is communicable. Black plague disease is communicable. Have you written, everyone? Have you written? Please make a note, all of you. What is communicable? Spreading from person to person. Non-communicable will not spread. Chalo, let us go with the next concept. Let us go with congenital diseases. Yeah, congenital diseases. Let us talk about congenital diseases. Already I told you inborn diseases. They were transferred from one generation to another generation. By birth, we will have these disorders, inborn diseases, caused either due to genetic disorders or environmental factors. So, genetic disorders already I told you. If any defective gene is there in any of our ancestors, that will be transferred from one generation to another generation. If any gene, for example, I'll tell you. It is not a disorder, but I'll tell you an example. You know, blue iris, whatever the blue eyeball is there, no, that will be blue. Do you remember? Can you give a short recap? I didn't teach anything actually. Just I started teaching types of diseases. First one is congenital disease only. You can go ahead. Congenital only I am explaining. So, you know, blue eyes, blue eyeball will be there. You know, that is very rare condition. Out of 100 or 1000 people, one will be there. That one person who is having, that will be transferred to from his generation to other generations also. Understood? So, that is one thing. Environmental factor. Environment may also affect these congenital diseases. These are also called inborn diseases because they occur since birth. You know, there are some people who has hole in the heart. Who has hole in the heart. This is called congenital disease. It is a congenital disease. Who has hole in the heart? Do you understand? Yeah. So, who has hole in the disease? That means by the time they were born, they have their, the particular baby boy or girl have hole in the heart already. Hole in the heart already. That is a kind of congenital. Then these diseases may be inherited. These diseases may be inherited. What is inherited? Transferred from one generation to another generation. Please write the spellings. Transferred from one generation to other generation. Transferred from one generation to other generation. Okay, other generation, and can cause a metabolic disorders. What is metabolism? Everyone please make a note. What is metabolism? What is metabolism? Metabolism is a sum total of catabolism and anabolism. Please make a note. Sum total of catabolism plus anabolism. Sum total of catabolism plus anabolism. What is this catabolism? Catabolism is breakdown. The word catabolism refers to breakdown. Examples. Example, if you take example as digestion. What is digestion? Breakdown of the complex food into simple ones. That is called digestion. Okay. And you can write the example as even respiration also. breakdown of the food to release energy. And then what is anabolism? Synthesis of food. We can write the best example, photosynthesis. We can write the best example, photosynthesis. So here, if you talk clearly, anabolism is from simple to complex. Simple becomes complex. And catabolism is complex to simple. Catabolism is complex to simple. Got it? Catabolism is complex to simple. Here, the whatever the food is there, that will be digested into simpler nutrients. So this come under catabolism. Here, whatever the carbon dioxide is there, that carbon dioxide will be converted into glucose in the process of photosynthesis. Got it? I hope you understood what is metabolism. Metabolism is the sum total of catabolism and anabolism. And metabolism is the sum total of catabolism and anabolism. Catabolism is a breakdown where complex substances will be converted into simpler substances, whereas anabolism is we can say simple to complex synthesis. Best example is photosynthesis. Best example is photosynthesis. That means they cause these metabolic disorders and malfunction of any organ. Just now I gave you one example. What is malfunction? Improper function. What is malfunction, children? Improper function of any organ. Improper function of any organ. Improper function of any organ, we call it as malfunction. Okay, example is hemophilia, sickle cell anemia, diabetes. Already we discussed about diabetes. Diabetes is a congenital disorder. It is transferred from one generation to another generation. It is transferred from one generation to another generation. Now if you understand, let us see one more time. Congenital diseases are inborn diseases. They are born. When we people are born, like when any children is born, they have the disease from their birth itself. The day when they were born, they have this disease. The day when they were born, they have this disease and caused either due to genetic disorder or environmental factors. There may be disorder in the gene or by environmental factors. These are also called inborn disease. They occur since birth and these diseases may be inherited and cause metabolic disorder. What is metabolic disorder? Metabolic disorder is difference between hereditary and environmental factors. Hereditary factor is just simply you can say transferring from one generation to another generation, genes. Whereas environmental factor is like climate, temperature, sunlight, air. Understand? Wherever the climate we are surviving, that climate we have to take the environmental factors. Got it? Okay, right. Examples are hemophilia. Before that, let me explain metabolism. What is metabolism? Sum total of catabolism and anabolism. What is catabolism? Breakdown of the food. Here see, the complex substance called food. For example, biscuit is there. That biscuit will be broken down into small pieces. Yes or not? That is called, excuse me, that is called what do you say? Catabolism. Breakdown of complex substances into simple one. We call it as catabolism. Complex to simple we call it as catabolism, and simple to complex we call it as anabolism. Let us talk about what is this hemophilia. What is this hemophilia? Let us write about hemophilia. It is also called bleeder's disease. Right, all of you? Bleeder's disease. Here this is hemophilia is nothing but lack of clotting factor. Absence. Please write absence of clotting factors. Absence of the clotting factor causes this hemophilia, where the person suffering from hemophilia, blood will not be clotted. blood will not be clotted. Blood will not be clotted. The person suffering from hemophilia, the blood will not be clotted. The blood will not be clotted. Okay, blood will not be clotted. Okay, fine. And next, sickle cell anemia. What is this sickle cell anemia? In this, the shape of RBC shape is basically round. Okay, and biconcave. We can say round and biconcave. How do you write this? This is the shape of RBC basically. But the person suffering from this sickle cell anemia, the shape of RBC becomes sickle shape. Okay. So, what happens when this sickle shaped RBC enters into the blood? It blocks the blood vessels and the person will die. It blocks the blood vessels and person will die. Why the blood will not be clotted? Because the clotting factor is absent. If the clotting factor is absent, automatically what happens? The blood cannot clot. The blood will not clot and all the blood. Small damage, a small cut happened here. Okay, a small cut happened here and a huge loss of blood and the person will die. Do you understand? That is very dangerous condition. It is also called royal disease. It occurred in Queen Elizabeth, royal disease. Okay, and sickle cell anemia and diabetes, you know very well. So, insulin is not properly produced. Insulin is not properly produced by which gland? Which gland? Any idea? Which gland? Insulin is not properly produced by which gland? Pancreas. Very good, very good. Which gland? Produced by pancreas. Yeah, pancreas. Now, if the insulin is not produced, whenever we are eating the food, automatically what happens? Our blood glucose levels will be raised and that will not go out. Because of that, that is the condition called as diabetes. What is that condition called as? Queen Elizabeth. Yeah. Okay. So, ma'am, sickle cell has abnormal hemoglobin. Yes, abnormal hemoglobin. Not abnormal hemoglobin. The shape of RBC is different. Because of that, yes, abnormal only because the hemoglobin cannot transfer carbon dioxide and oxygen. Got it? Now, do you understand? So, hemophilia is called bleeder's disease. Here, there is an absence of clotting factor. I will tell you the number of the clotting factor also, clotting factor 8. This was absent. Because of that, the person's blood will not be clotted. And for small damage, huge loss of blood. It is very dangerous condition. Okay, this is a congenital disease. Then sickle cell anemia, you know very well. I told you what is the shape of RBC. Can the congenital disease occur by acquired also? No, congenital I am telling you like they are transferred from one generation to another generation. Then how they become acquired? Already the disease inbuilt. It is already inbuilt. Ma'am, how then insulin produced if the pancreas is not working? Insulin is not properly produced. That means not completely absent. Children here. Not completely absent. It will be produced in low amounts. Not completely absent. It will be produced in low amounts. So that is the reason when we go for the doctor, externally they will give some medicine to manage our glucose levels. But basically, how to reduce that? To reduce that insulin resistance, what you need to do? To reduce the insulin resistance, what you need to do? You have to do proper physical exercises and take proper diet. If you maintain the proper diet, you should be very healthy, and physical exercises properly, your glucose levels will be maintained. Properly. Understood, children? Right. So, these are the examples of congenital disease. One is hemophilia, second one is sickle cell anemia, and third one is diabetes. This is about the congenital disease. Do you want to write? Please, what is the function of insulin? What does the insulin do? Insulin regulates glucose level in the blood. Insulin regulates glucose level in the blood. Got it? So, this is all about, what do you say? the congenital diseases. I'll give you 1 minute time. Please make a note. Please make a note. Have you done? Children, have you done it? Yeah. Shall I continue? I'm going to continue. 2 minutes, please. Yes. Don't type those kind of messages. Don't say sorry. No sorry is needed, but don't type those kind of messages. You write whatever I am explaining. Okay, ma'am, done. Chalo. Let us go with the next concept. Now, what are the types of acquired diseases we are going to learn? Okay, acquired diseases. So, these organs after birth, these are not inherited. They cannot be transferred from one generation to another generation. They cannot be transferred from one generation to another generation. They acquire in our lifetime. I told you already. They will be acquired in our lifetime. In the lifetime, we are going to get this disease. Till our death, from the birth till death, we may get some kind of diseases. Those are called acquired diseases. These are of two types. First one is communicable. The infectious agents can move from an affected person to a healthy person. That means here the disease will spread from one person to another person. Do you understand? The disease will spread from one person to another person. We call them as communicable diseases. These diseases are caused by attack of pathogens. What are pathogens? Disease causing organisms. What are pathogens, children? These are the disease causing organisms such as viruses, bacteria, protozoa, fungi, helminths, etc. What are the, by the attack of pathogens, what are the pathogens here? They may be caused by viruses. You know very well about viruses, bacteria, protozoa, fungi, helminths, etc. So what they do? They cause some disease. For example, because of the virus, we get cold and cough, right or not? Because of the virus, you are going to get cold and cough, pneumonia as well, COVID, fever and all those, and bacteria. They are spreading from one person to other person. For example, if the person uses a towel, hand towel or towel to wash his face and clean his face and all those, if the same towel is used by a healthy person from the person who got the disease, and if the same towel is used by a healthy person, definitely is going to get the disease. That is called communicable. That is called communicable. Okay, do you understand? So, spreads from one person to another person. These diseases are caused by the attack of pathogens such as viruses, bacteria, protozoans, fungi, helminths, etc. and can be transferred from one person to other by means of air, water, food, physical contact and insects. By means of air, water, food, physical contact and other insects. Through air, that will be transmitted through water. Can you tell me by air? COVID-19 is the best example. Common cold and cough are the best examples. Then water. Typhoid, can we write typhoid? Contaminated water. Yeah, typhoid is the best example. You can write air. Just they will be giving anyway. This normally I am writing COVID-19 is the best example for air. Water, you will write typhoid, and then food also, contaminated food. The typhoid we can write typhoid only. Typhoid here, instead of this typhoid you can write one more, polio. And physical touch. Physical touch means you can say cold and cough. Cold and cough, yes, cold and cough. And by insects, we can write here insects. Malaria. Malaria is transmitted by mosquito, right? Malaria is transmitted by mosquito. You can give each and every example for means of spread. Air, COVID-19 is the best example. Then coming to the viruses, then water, you can write polio as the best example. Amoebiasis too, yes. Also AIDS. AIDS you can write touch contact only, but It is not a direct contact actually. AIDS will be spreaded when we donate the blood from a person who is suffering from the AIDS. That blood is given, unfortunately the person will get, or semen, the person's semen is transferred, or else whatever the injection needle we use for the normal person, the person suffering from AIDS, when we use the injection, that person will also get that, definitely. So air, water, food, physical contact and insects. So these are spreaded like this, communicable diseases. What are the causes of communicable disease? What are the agents? Attack of pathogens. Like pathogen means pathogen. Gen is an organism. You write the root meaning of the word. Gen is an organism. Patho, disease. The organism which is causing the disease, that is called as pathogen, like viruses, bacteria, fungi and helminths, etc., and can be transmitted from another person to one person to another person by air, water, food, physical contact and insects. Make it right. Conjunctivitis is a viral disease. It can be spreaded from one person to another person. Okay, one person to another person. Please make a note down. Please write, all of you. I am moving aside. Please write. Yeah, fine. Let us go with next concept. Okay, next. Okay, non-communicable diseases or non-infectious diseases. Okay, diseases who do not spread from person to person. These non-infectious diseases cannot be spreaded from one person to another person, and a disease that is not caused by an infectious agent is called non-infectious disease. What is non-infectious disease? Here, no virus will cause the disease, no bacteria will cause the disease, no fungi will cause the disease, nothing will cause the disease. Do you understand? It happens. How it happens? Best example is diabetes. Because of the metabolic disorders, we can say metabolic disorder, diabetes and cancer come under this. And if you say their causes vary, but they do not have external causes like microbes. Their causes vary, but they do not have external causes like microbes. Their causes are mostly internal. Internal means inside the body, and they cannot be spreaded from one person to another person. You might learn this, but fine. Okay, inside the body. So now you write this non-communicable diseases. Best example is diabetes and cancer. Diabetes come under congenital as well. Yes, thyroid also we can add. You can add the thyroid also. Thyroid also we can add here. Non-communicable only. And you know, diabetes comes under that congenital as well as if you see non-communicable. It is congenital by birth. Whoever, like, you know, it can be transferred. I told you already. Thyroid also I told you, no? At the same time, it cannot be transferred from one person to another person. Blood pressure. Blood pressure also cannot be transferred from one person to another person. Okay. So here the causes are internal factors, the internal factors. Okay. Chalo next. Degenerative disease, the other kind of disease is called degenerative diseases. Let us see what are the examples for degenerative diseases. With aging, by aging. So when you are like, when your age is getting increased, then automatically we get aging diseases. Examples of the diseases include cataract, arthritis, cardiovascular disease. Cataract, there is a layer, cloudy layer appears in your eye, through which we cannot, we cannot see properly. Cataract is a disease where we cannot see properly, like the lens of the eye will be blurred. So that comes by aging itself, cataract. And coming to arthritis, these are the joint pains. You know very well, the old people, they say pain in the knee, joint pains basically. And cardiovascular diseases like heart strokes and all those, heart attacks, etc. These all come by aging. When your age is increased slow by slow, automatically year by year diseases will be obtained. And one more is also there, if you remember, degenerative disease, one of the degenerative diseases is memory loss. Some people, even old people, they cannot remember everything. Memory loss also comes here. Memory loss, by the aging they'll forget not everything. Can we remove cataract? Yes, they'll do one laparoscopic surgery and they'll remove that layer. That will be done, that can be done, cataract. And then coming to deficiency diseases, these are caused by the deficiency of nutritive elements. What are the nutritive elements? Carbohydrates. Alzheimer's is memory loss. Whatever the Alzheimer's you said, memory loss. And now if you talk about this deficiency diseases, these are caused by deficiency of any nutritive element. What are the nutritive elements? Very good. Protein, iron deficiency, very good. Carbohydrate deficiency, very good, very good. And the shortage of that element leads to poor functioning of the corresponding body part. Example, night blindness. Can anyone tell me night blindness? Vitamin A deficiency, scurvy, vitamin C, and anemia, hemoglobin, less hemoglobin, goiter, thyroid, thyroxine hormone, osteoporosis, low calcium levels, and vitamin D as well. Vitamin D deficiency and low calcium levels. Okay, and this is about deficiency diseases. And what is the time? 11:15. Does anyone 11:11 only? 11:11? Is it 11:11 or how much? 11:11. Yeah, we can go ahead. Just a minute. So, what are the deficiency diseases? Shortage of any element. So, best example here it is given like night blindness because of deficiency of vitamin A. How can we remove that night blindness? How can we remove that night blindness? So, if we increase vitamin A foods in our diet, especially carrots, amaranthus, green leafy vegetables, our that night blindness will be reduced and we can have a normal vision. What is night blindness? Night blindness, unable to see in the night time. Carrot, yeah, carrot someone kept. So then even scurvy. What is scurvy? Scurvy is caused by vitamin C deficiency. Vitamin C is full rich in antioxidants. Because of that we get some rashes on the skin, 2 hands and all those, we get severe rashes that can be removed by eating vitamin C foods. What are the vitamin C foods? Basically citrus fruits, all the kinds of citrus fruits, guava, amla, Indian gooseberry, all these if we eat, automatically that scurvy can be eradicated. Lemon, yes. And coming to the anemia, low levels of hemoglobin, that means blood rich food you should eat. What are the blood rich food? Basically what? Beetroot, you can take beetroot, carrot, and vitamin C foods, pomegranate, papaya as well. All these they increase our, and especially green leafy vegetables, especially what children? Green leafy vegetables. If you take anemia condition, slowly we can reduce. And coming to goiter, we have to take thyroxine tablets through the doctor itself. Osteoporosis, calcium rich food we have to take. For vitamin D, you should stand in the sunlight, not in this hot sun. No. Early in the morning till 11 o'clock, the sun is good, the light is good. After that, we will have UV rays. So we should not enter until unless needed. You should go under the sun. Otherwise, don't go after 11 o'clock. It is very, very dangerous. UV rays causes effects to our skin, and our face becomes tan because of that UV rays only. Got it? Okay. So lung cancer can be an example for metabolic disease. Cancer can be an example. Metabolic disease, no. Metabolic disease, no. Allergies, these are caused due to high sensitivity, hypersensitivity of our body to specific substance. Any substance that cause allergy is called allergic fever, hay fever, asthma, skin and eye inflammation, skin rashes. For example, some people, drumstick, you know very well, drumstick. The drumstick, some people don't, what do you say, they are allergic to drumstick. If you eat the drumstick, automatically all the rashes will come on the body and the face. When we go for the doctor will suggest what food you ate. The doctor will find out, yeah, they will go with the allergic test for different kinds of food, even brinjal also. Yes, brinjal also, even sometimes coconut also. So they are allergic. Actually. They are allergic. That means eating that food, automatically our body reacts and it shows some kind of symptoms like skin rashes. Milk also, yes. Some people lactose intolerance. Yes, very good. Milk also. And examples are hay fever, asthma, skin and eye inflammations, and metabolic diseases last. These are caused by the improper functioning of an organ or tissue. Again, it is given diabetes and goiter. Diabetes is a metabolic disorder where insulin cannot be. I am allergic to seafood. Yes, some people will be allergic to seafood. Like, you know, we can say diabetes, mellitus, goiter. Yes, 100%. Okay. Now you are asking me the pattern, question paper pattern. Please write paper pattern on Saturday exam. Total number of marks 280 marks. Okay, no negative marking. Everyone please make a note. No negative marking. Maths, subject you write subject, and number of questions you write, and number of marks you write. Number of marks, like this you write. So subject, maths, 25 questions. Each question carries 4 marks. 25 into 4, 60 marks. Then physics, 15 questions. 15 fours are 25 fours are 100. No one is telling me. See, no one is telling me. 100. 15 fours are 60 marks. Chemistry, 15 questions. 15 fours are 60 marks. Then biology, 15 questions. 15 fours are 60 marks. Okay, total how much? 280 marks. Total marks are 280. There is no negative marking, single paper. So almost 1.5 hours to 2 hours. 1.5 to 2 hours is your time. Morning 8:30 to 11:30 in the stipulated time only. They will send the paper. You will write online. All are MCQs. Yes, you write multiple choice questions only. Multiple choice questions only. So with this, let us wind up. And you asked me the syllabus. So syllabus still diseases, first chapter completely health, human health and disease. We studied about human health. That is there. Disease is there. And types of diseases are there. And one more concept is there, infectious agents. Next concept. Subtopic 8. Till subtopic 8. Till subtopic 8. The syllabus is till subtopic 8. That's all. Okay. Right. That's all about today's class. So let us wind up. You understood what did I discuss today? Okay. Fine, children. Bye. Okay. Right, children. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Tomorrow let us meet.